What's good, boys? CJ here, and today I want to talk about Zani. Now, this video is not meant to doom post or attack the character, but rather to sit down and talk to y'all about what I think about this character, how she plays, and the fact that there are some things about her kit and the way she interacts with other Spectral Frazzle units that are not very friendly and are not working how they should work. Now, this is just my personal opinion, so I want to hear you guys in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Now, it's not just about Zani. This could affect future units and the way they interact with their either sub DPS or support units. Now, once again, this is not meant to be a doom posty type of video, even though some people are going to take it that way and some people are going to see the title and think I'm instantly attacking Zani. And I just want to let y'all know, as the #1 Zani glazer, as a #1 Zani enjoyer, and probably the person that likes and enjoys playing Zani the most out of his entire community, I gotta tell you, this is not my intention. So I just have some genuine concerns regarding Zani and the interaction she has with her support or sub DPS units and how this can affect future units. Now, Zani is an amazing character. We already know that. Her damage output, as you guys are seeing in this video, is absolutely insane. She's currently one of the top damage dealing characters when put in the right team out of every character in the game. She's definitely in the top 3 characters in terms of team damage out of everybody. So she's an absolute monster of a unit, but there are certain things that aren't clicking. There are certain things that aren't working, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, and more importantly, I want to talk to y'all and I want you guys to tell me what you think about this issue. So let's hop right in. It all kicks off with units like Phoebe and Spectral Rover. These units take advantage of Spectral Frazzle, be it by getting more damage from them, or applying effects that make it be better or last longer, right? When we take a look at Phoebe, right, we know that she has 2 modes, Confession and Absolution, each working differently, one being the one that applies Spectral Frazzle heavily, and the other one dealing damage when there is Spectral Frazzle on the enemy. Pretty basic stuff, right? But there are certain things that just don't work. So, when we look at her weapon, it has a specific ability. Dealing damage to targets with Spectral Frazzle grants the wielder 28% basic attack damage bonus and 28% heavy attack damage bonus, stacking up to 3 times for 6 seconds. Yes, this is an R5, but it doesn't matter. The point is the same. It stacks the damage for basic attack and heavy attack up to 3 times for 6 seconds when you deal damage to targets with Spectral Frazzle. Keep that in mind. If we go on over to Spectral Rover and we go down over to their kit and their forte, they have a special ability, right? Shimmer. Shimmer prevents Spectral Frazzle stacks from reducing over time. So both of these characters and their effects revolve around Spectral Frazzle. That is pretty basic stuff. So I'm sure you're wondering what the hell is the problem. So I'm about to show you. If we go on over and look at the stats, we can see that my Phoebe's current basic attack is 0% and her heavy attack damage bonus is 28%. Okay? Keep that in mind. So we're going to go on over and test my damage on this here hologram real quick. Let's just pick an easy one. Let's go into this one real quick. There we go. We got some Spectral Frazzles on it. Let's do a couple of hits. Cool. Now, we go on over to our Peeb once again, and we check her stats. Now, her basic attack damage bonus is 84%, and her heavy attack damage bonus is 112%. This is because of her weapon. It does exactly what it's doing. It's stacking that damage bonus for basic attack and heavy attack. That's very important, right? This is part of her kit, whether she is in DPS mode or support mode, right? Confession or Absolution, just making it simple for you guys to understand. Now, what is the problem? Well, it all revolves around Zani. If we go on over to her forte and we read what it does, when Zani is in the team and a nearby resonator inflicts a Spectral Frazzle upon a target, immediately consume all Spectral Frazzle stacks and trigger the corresponding damage, then converts Spectral Frazzle into an equal number of helical ambers. Now, this is done so Zani can get set up, her ultimate Super Saiyan mode can deal more damage, yada yada yada. Every time the conversion happens, Zani obtains Blaze, which is pretty much what I'm telling you guys. So, you might be wondering, where's the problem? Well, the problem comes that Phoebe, as you guys just saw, will no longer get the buff from her weapon, and I'm about to show you exactly what I mean. So let's go on over and swap over to my regular Zani Phoebe comp, and I want to show you what it is that I'm talking about, right? So if we look back one more time, we currently have no buff on her basic attack or her heavy attack damage bonus, right? If we go back to face this enemy, you guys will see that I no longer get that buff. So let's just go over here, right? Right? It's no longer getting converted to Spectral Frazzle, but rather Helical Amber. So if we go over here and we take a look at Peebs, she is no longer getting that buff. She can no longer get it at all as long as Zani is on the team, because she will never apply Spectral Frazzle, as it is instantly getting turned to Helical Ambers, meaning that her weapon abilities, or a big portion of her weapon abilities, will never be used. Now, this is a big problem. When you're playing Phoebe with Zani, for the most part, you're going to be using Zani as your main DPS and PB in Confession mode as your sub DPS. Now, Phoebe already does damage like a wet noodle when she's in Confession mode, but the fact that now her weapon doesn't have this bonus makes it even worse. But there is more to it. There is more. For all of you PB mains that want to have PB as your main damage dealer, it ain't even worth to get Zani, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Once again, if Zani's on the team, you will never be able to put Spectral Frazzle on a target. It don't matter if any other target, it don't matter if you're using Spectral Rover to put that Spectral Frazzle, you'll never be able to trigger the ability from her weapon that gives her more basic attack and heavy attack damage. But there's more to Zani's kit that further hinders PB players. If we go over to Zani's Forte and we take a look at her outro skill, and you read over here, it says, attack the target dealing spectral damage equal to 150% of Zani attack and removes all stacks of Helical Ember. So now the stacks of Helical Ember are also getting removed, which does not give the buff to the upcoming character. What buff am I talking about? The spectral damage dealt by other resonators in the team to the target marked by Helical Embers is amplified by 20%. So the moment she outros into the next character, before they even start applying the stacks, they will no longer be able to get that intro damage buff. So it just makes the whole rotation feel scuffed. If you're a PB main that is going to be using PB as your main source of damage, Zani kind of screws you out of that. Like, you can't really run a Zani if you're a PB main, because of that specific factor that will make it so her weapon doesn't work, so the Spectral Frazzle stacks are instantly getting converted, which is really weird. This is the first time out of all the characters and all the teams in the game where a unit kind of hinders the unit they're meant to be running with. Now, I just want to point this out. I know that Zani and Peebs are an insane team, but this does do a little bit of disservice towards Peebs. And now, guys, to finish off this whole video, I just want to say once again, I'm not trying to doom post, but I am a little worried on how some of these synergies are working. A lot of people are already not happy that Zani is so dependent on Phoebes to have the most out of her kit. We all know you don't have to run Peebs with Zani in order for her to do good. But if you want the best out of her kit, some people don't like that Zani is so reliant on Peebs with the fact that she can't apply Spectral Frazzle herself, right? But the fact that you have to run these two units together to get the most out of one unit, but that unit also hinders the gameplay and effectiveness of the other unit is kind of a problem. I know that Zani and Phoebe already deal a ton of damage, being one of the best teams in all of Withering Waves, but I don't feel it's right. Some people are PB mains, and they might want Zani because of the whole Spectral Frazzle thing. But this is the first character that if you pull it for your other unit is going to actively hinder them. This doesn't happen with Carlotta and Sesha. This doesn't happen with any other team. Brant and Shangli, they don't hinder each other in any way. Whereas Zani hinders Phoebe. Whether you're using her as a main DPS or a sub DPS, Phoebe is performing a lot less than she would normally perform if she wasn't with Zani. Now, I know that when you run Zani with PB, PB is in confession mode, and she hits like a wet noodle, so that damage increase might not be that much of a deal. But at the end of the day, it's still a damage increase. It's still an ability that comes with her weapon, and she's not getting it when she runs with Zani. Now, this is a problem. Not a big problem, but this is kind of an issue, and it's kind of a problem for future units. What if future units are a little bit dependent on other characters, but also hinder them in the process? I don't know how to feel about it. I'm still loving Zani. I'm still loving my Zani Peep team. I'm still going to keep using it. I still think it's really fun to play. incredible damage, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video. But in all honesty, I just felt kind of off. I like to test my damage, my rotations, and everything for hours and hours on end. And finding little things like that that seem to not work right kind of bothers me. But that's just me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments section below what you think about this. Do you think it's normal? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Let me know. Once again, not doom posting. Don't go crazy in the comments attacking Kuro. Just let me know. Let's have a conversation. And maybe this video can get out there. But that's just my train of thought after playing with this character, after maximizing everything there is to do and know about Zani. And yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.